Hey guys, today I'm reading Jeremiah chapter 52 and explaining it, and this is the last chapter. So yeah, Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king. He reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Hamutal, daughter of Jeremiah from Libnah. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, just as Jehoiakim had done. Indeed, the things done in Jerusalem and in Judah so angered the Lord that he cast them out from his presence. Thus Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. In the 10th month of the 9th year of his reign, on the 10th day of the month, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and his entire army advanced against Jerusalem, encamped around it, and built siege walls on every side. The siege of the city continued until the 11th year of King Zedekiah. On the 9th day of the 4th month, when famine had gripped the city and the people had no more bread, the city walls were breached. All the soldiers fled and left the city by night through the gate between the two walls, which was near the king's garden. When the Chaldeans surrounding the city, they went in the direction of Arba. But the Chaldean army pursued the king and overtook Zedekiah in the wilderness near Jericho. His whole army fled from him. The king, therefore, was arrested and brought to Riblah in the land of Hamath, to the king of Babylon, who pronounced judgment on him. As Zedekiah looked on, the king of Babylon slaughtered his sons before his eyes. All the nobles of Judah were slaughtered at Riblah. In the eyes of Zedekiah, he, then blinded, bound him with chains, and then king of Babylon brought him to Babylon and kept him in prison until the day he died. So why is all happening? Well, first thing is that if we go back, it says that here it says he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, just as Jehoiakim had done. So he has done evil stuff in Jerusalem and in Judah, and he rebelled against the king of Babylon, and then because of the evil that he done, it angered the Lord that he cast him out of Jerusalem, Judah, causing him to be captured by the Babylonians and put in prison. And like a few chapters back, in like chapter 40, I think, where it talks about how the Lord says to Zedekiah that he will be captured by the king of Babylon, and like bad stuff will happen to him. So yeah, let's continue. On the 10th day of the 5th month, this was in the 19th year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, captain of the bodyguard, came to Jerusalem as a representative of the king of Babylon. He turned the house of the Lord, the palace of the king, and all the houses of Jerusalem. Every large building he destroyed with fire. Then the Chaldean troops, with the captain of the guard, tore down all the walls that surrounded Jerusalem. Nebuchadnezzar, captain of the guard, led into exile the remnant of people left in the city, those who had deserted to the king of Babylon, and the rest of the artisans. But Nebuchadnezzar, captain of the guard, left behind some of the countries poor as vine dressers and farmers. The bronze pillars that belonged to the house of the Lord, and the wheeled carts, and the bronze sea in the house of the Lord, the Chaldeans broke into pieces. They carried away all the bronze to Babylon. They also took the pots, shovels, snuffers, bowls, pans, and all the bronze vessels used for service, the basin, fire holders, bowls, pots, lamps, stands, pans, and sacrificial bowls made of gold or silver. So this is all happening is because that Nebuchadnezzar burned the house of the Lord, which is not nice. And now these things are happening, basically. Continuing, it says, along with these furnishings, the captain of the guard carried off the two pillars, the one sea and its base of 12 oxen cast in bronze, and the wheeled carts King Solomon had commissioned for the house of the Lord. The bronze from all these furnishings was impossible to weigh. As for the pillars, Each of them was 18 cubits high and 12 cubits in diameter. Each was 4 fingers thick and hollow inside. A bronze capital 5 cubits high crowned the one pillar, and a network with pomegranates encircled with a capital, all of bronze. And so for the other pillar with pomegranates, there was 96 pomegranates on the sides, 100 pomegranates surrounding the network. The captain of the guard also took Sarai the high priest, Zephaniah the second priest, and the 3 keepers of the entrance. From the city he took 1 courtier and commander of soldiers and 7 men in the personal service of the king still in the city. The scribes of the army commander who mustered the people of the land and the 60 of the common people remaining in the city. The captain of the guard, Nebuzaradan, arrested them and brought them to the king of Babylon at Riblah, who had them struck down and executed in Riblah in the land of Hamath. Thus Judah was exiled from the land. This is the number of people Nebuchadnezzar led away captive in the 7th year. 3,023 people of Judah in the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar. 832 persons from Jerusalem. In the 23rd year of Nebuchadnezzar, captain of the guard, deported 745 Judahites, 4,600 persons in all. In the 37th year of the exile of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, on the 25th day of the 12th month, evil Merodach, king of Babylon, in the inaugural year of his reign, raised up Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and released him from prison. He spoke kindly to him and gave him a throne higher than the thrones of the other kings who were with him in Babylon. Jehoiakim took off his prison garb and ate at the king's table as long as he lived. The allowance given him by the king of Babylon was a perpetual allowance in fixed daily amounts, all the days of his life until his death. So that is what Jeremiah chapter 52 talks about. It talks about the destruction and capture of Jerusalem. It talks about the 2 pillars, and it talks about Jehoiakim, who is shown favor too. So that is what Jeremiah chapter 52 talks about. This is the last chapter, and thank you guys for being here and watching the videos. It really means a lot. Thank you guys.